What's up, Viking Nation? It's Juan.
And it's Avery. Welcome back to another N3 broadcast.
Hey, seniors.
Whoa. Stop making all that racket.
Chill. Speaking of rackets, let's go check up on the girls' tennis team.
Last year, the girls' tennis team did not get to compete due to COVID-19, making this season even more special.
With it being my senior season, I'm just glad we got to play for our last year. I mean, it's rewarding knowing that our season wasn't done after only playing 2 years, so I'm glad to be able to finish out this year.
The girls' tennis team was excited to get back to practicing after a long off-season.
A typical tennis practice is a lot of different things usually. Most of the time we have 4 different courts with a different drill on each court, and we'll rotate each court after 5 to 10 minutes. So typically a practice runs about 2 hours, and then we run every 30 minutes in between that.
Currently, Northwest does not have its own girls' tennis team, so they are co-opted with Grand Island Central Catholic.
I've played tennis since my sophomore year, and honestly, I love playing with Kaylee. I mean, it's fun. It's something to do. It's something I can see myself playing even after the season ends.
So this is my 4th year playing tennis, and what keeps me interested is getting the opportunity to play with a bunch of different girls and learning new things every day and just getting better and better.
I'm just glad that we get a season, our senior season too. It's just fun to be out there with all the girls, and a lot of them go to Central Catholic, so it's cool to be around them, and hopefully we make a name for ourselves as a team since we lost a lot of our varsity last year.
When co-oping with another school, it is important to set personal and team goals.
This season, with being on varsity this year, my ultimate goal is to make it to state in May. So obviously that's just going to take a lot of practice and work, but our top 6 looks pretty good right now.
Let me tell ya, I could watch tennis all day. What's your favorite sport to watch?
Personally, I like watching football. Have you seen the awesome graphics on Northwest football social media pages?
You know, I actually have caught a glimpse of their posts. They're all over my feed.
I really want to know who is behind the making of these posts.
I don't know. Let's go find out.
The Northwest Viking football team is being productive in their off-season, not only through workouts, but by pushing content on their social media. A lot of time and planning by players and coaches have made their digital presence a positive one.
I originally just kind of started doing it. I think, a few years ago I started using an IFT app. Started just putting stuff out there like on people's, birthdays and just some different things. Personally loved kind of the response that, people just getting noticed, for something they did or an accomplishment or their birthday, something like that, they liked it.
Just to give everybody an idea of what's going on for the football. Everybody's birthdays, when they are, and just show support.
I went to each boat crew leader, which we have 8 of them, and I asked them to find 2 guys off of each that really is kind of like social media or kind of good with technology, and that was where we started from, and then we had some guys just step up from there.
We do Motivational Monday or motivational quote. Team Thursday, I believe, shows what the boat crew is. Senior Sunday, Senior Saturday shows support to the seniors, and game day pose for other sports also.
I do Senior Sunday. We get a selected senior and we ask them questions like favorite moments, what they eat before a game, music, stuff like that. I mainly do mine on my computer, and we use Canva, and what we use to post them is Classroom Intercom.
Usually on my computer, and then we do Canva, and then Intercom.
The thing that really drives it, kind of based through Strive. The Strive guys kind of started it. It's called Class Intercom, and Class Intercom basically, after we create it on Canva, we drop it into Class Intercom, and we're able to schedule stuff out.
I think the meaning behind it is to show what Northwest is, and why our coaches do what they do, and why people boat crew leaders want to be boat crew leaders. My favorite part about putting together content is getting to know seniors better, because some of that stuff I didn't know about them.
All players and coaches involved work hard to promote Northwest football in a positive way. Their content can be found on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GINW Football.
Man, I had no idea how much work went behind the scenes.
Me either, but they aren't the only ones putting in all the work.
Really? Who are you talking about?
Our talented students have been working super hard for the musical upcoming in April.
No way. I'm excited to see the final product.
Yeah, same. Come check it out.
Lights, camera, action. The Northwest Music Department is just getting started with preparations for their production of Fame, the musical.
This year's musical is called Fame. It basically follows a group of kids through the New York City Performing Arts PA high school, and they're the best of the best singers, the best dancers, best actors.
Maddie Weiland and Reese Schultz are lead characters in this year's production, and their roles require a lot of dedication and a hefty rehearsal schedule.
I'm cast as Mabel Washington. She is a dancer. She's not the best dancer, but that's her character trait. She's very goofy, silly, energetic. She loves to eat food.
I'm cast as Tyrone Jackson, and he is a hip-hop dancer who needs to learn how to do ballet. Being in the musical it's a lot of work, a little bit stressful at times, but it really pays off to get to act and sing with all your friends.
We rehearse every day about 6 o'clock. Rehearsals last about 2.5 hours. With choreography, we've been rehearsing every day for 2 weeks.
After not being able to perform last year, the stage is set for several debuts, with Mr. Viladol, Reese, and Maddie all putting their first show on stage at Northwest.
I thought last year's show was amazing. This year's show is going to be just as good, and it's exciting to just get to do it. I think at least I know myself, I took it for granted that we'd always just get to do a musical.
This year, being back with masks and stuff, it's really nice, and it's really good because last year was my first time ever being a lead or ever being in a musical, and I didn't get to do it, so this year I get to finally do it.
With COVID-19 concerns still persisting, the cast of Fame is grateful for the opportunity to have choreographers come and help produce the show in person.
Having our choreographers in person is amazing because it's really easy to get the finer details when we get to see them in person and see what they're doing.
I don't think you can beat having a real-life human being teaching you choreography in person. I mean, videos, if that's what you have to do, that's what you do. They're great human beings from LA, so that's super fun. They were quarantining for a couple, 2-3 weeks before they came out.
Every character has their favorite moments from the show, especially after dedicating so much time to it.
The closer is really fun to do, and it's really good to be back with people.
My favorite part of the show is definitely my song. I'm not going to give you any hints or spoilers or anything, but it's going to be really fun, and there's a couple surprises in it.
I love just the energy of the show. Some of the dance numbers just get super energetic. Then you bring the people out into the audience, and it kind of breaks that wall, and just the ability for us to have some fun.
The show is April 15th through the 18th, and tickets just went on sale for the general public.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I think I could definitely be in the musical. It looks like so much fun.
I don't know. I think you'd be cut. All those show choir kids got ice in their veins.
Yeah, they're pretty chill, but I heard it's because the auditorium is freezing.
Well, how cold is it?
Twice as cold as 0 degrees, weather boy.
Jeez, how much is that?
Guess we'll have to go see in this week's Viking in the Village.
Welcome back to another Viking in the Village. My name is Gabriel Lorento, and the question for this video is, if it's 0 degrees today and it's going to be twice as cold tomorrow, then what's the temperature?
00.
Why?
Because you just said it was going to be twice, so that means 00.
It would still be 0, wouldn't it? Because 0 times 0 is 0.
It's a great question because 0 you can't take times 2 or something like that. So I don't know. I'd say like 40 below or something is what I'd probably say.
0.
Why?
Because anything times 0 is 0.
0 degrees.
Why?
Because it's twice the same temperature.
0 degrees because 2 times 0 is still 0.
0 times 2.
Yeah, 0 because 0 plus 0 is 0.
So, if today is 0 degrees and tomorrow is going to be twice as cold, then what's the temperature?
Oh, man. You're talking me have the 0 plus. Oh, man. If I maybe knew what 0 degrees in a Celsius or whatever it was going to be, maybe I could pull this off. Twice as cold. 20 below. How's that sound?
A lot of people say negative 20 because they're thinking twice as cold. Here, let's ask Siri. If it's 0 degrees today and it's twice as cold tomorrow, what will the temperature be? Oh, here it is, Celsius degrees. Told you. See, I knew this. Negative 136.575 degrees Celsius.
Okay, are we talking 0 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius or what? If it's 0 degrees Celsius, then 100 degrees would be boiling, 0 degrees would be freezing. So if you had twice as cold, you also got to look at Kelvin, because Kelvin, 273 would be 0 degrees Celsius would be 273 degrees Kelvin. So 273, half of 273, about 135 below zero Celsius. About 135 below zero.
I guess that answers my question.
I guess so, Weather Boy. That wraps it up. I'm Avery.
And I'm Juan. See you next week on N3.